Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah Bahashem, Yahawashi Bahashem, Rekak Wadash. I would like to give double honors to the head apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, the true leaders of Israel to this day, who taught me this truth. And I would like to say shalom to all the Akim and the Akwath that's believing on this truth and that's seeking their salvation at the hands of Yahawah and his only begotten son, Yahawashi. I would like to say shalom. So today I want to go into a quick video, and I'm going to entitle my lesson, "The least of the flock should draw them out. Prophecy will not allow BB to stay on the leash." Okay, and I'm going to play this video that I have pulled up on the screen from the brother Arrows of Indignation. All right, and it says 2026 war update. Okay, and guess what? That's the time that we're in, as it tells you in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3, has a time and purpose for everything under the heavens. Okay, we're in a time of war. All right. And we need these devils to continue to climb the escalation ladder, because this is leading into the ushering in of our Lord Yahawashi. All right. It says Iran walks away from negotiation table. Ceasefire is over. OK, so before we play this video, let's get a couple precepts. This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3, starting at verse 1. It says, "To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heavens." Jumping down to verse 8, which is the point. "A time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace." And we're not in a time of peace, Jake. Okay. It tells you in the book of Matthew chapter 10 and 34. Okay. "Think not that I come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword." Okay. Yahawashi is sharpening this thing up, and he's getting ready to make a sword slaughter in the earth. Okay. Matter of fact, let's go to the book of Proverbs, okay? Because this Jake that you see on the screen was saying, all Trump had to do was keep BB on the leash. Well, guess what? Prophecy is not going to allow BB to stay on the leash, okay? He has to fulfill prophecy, all right? And he's doing a magnificent job, okay? He's getting ready to pull America, Babylon the Great into this great and last war, all right? This is Proverbs 21. And 1, it says, "The king's heart," okay, speaking about their mind, "is in the hand of the Lord. As a river of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will." So Yahawashi is, okay, bringing forth this last and final war. He is, playing. The angels are manipulating the minds, okay, of the elites, okay. This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 18 and verse 1. It says, "He that liveth forever created all things in general. The Lord alone is righteous, and there is none other but he, who governeth the world with the palm of his hands, and all things obey his will." Do you hear that? All things obey the will of Yahawashi. Okay, the will of the Lord, that's going to stand. Matter of fact, let's go to the book of Romans. Okay, and we'll finish that, then play this video. Romans 9. This is the book of Romans 9 and 18. It says, "Therefore hath he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will he hardeneth." Okay, and we know he's going to have mercy on the elect of the nation Israel. And guess what? He's hardening the minds he's hardened the mind of Pharaoh. Okay, and the modern day Pharaoh is Esau Edom. All right, he really think that he's going to bring forth this last and final war. Okay, and he's going to rise out of the ashes like a phoenix and set his new world order up and rule in the energy of Satan perpetually. Okay, not realizing that this war is going to get out of hand, okay? It's going to be a thermonuclear holocaust, okay? And all these devils that get away is going to go head first into captivity under our Lord Yahawashi, all right? See, when you understand prophecy, you understand the end game, okay? This devil is not getting ready to get away. So he's being hardening, just like in ancient Egypt when Yahawah hardened the heart of Pharaoh. Okay, just to destroy them. Verse 19, "Thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For he had For who has resisted his will? That's the point. Who has resisted the will of Yahawah Shem Yahawashi? Going back to Sirach 18:3, who governed the world with the palm of his hands, and all things obey his will. Okay, so everything that this devil is doing, okay, is bringing him closer and closer, okay, to his captivity. All right, you know, negotiations have stopped because Yahawah Shem Yahawashi wants this war to continue on. Okay. Everything obey his will, for he is the king of all, by his power dividing the holy things from among the profane. Let's go to this video.
The ceasefire between Iran and the United States is officially over. Iran said they're walking away from the table. Iran said it would no longer relay any messages back to the United States. All this comes in the hand of motherfucking Benjamin Netanyahu, because he keeps striking Lebanon. Lebanon was supposed to be a part of the deal. That's why the ceasefire was held in fucking place. But he won't stop. Now he's talking about going deeper into Beirut. And goddamn Iran's like, if you do that, we gonna light their motherfucking ass up over there. And that's what it's starting to look like right now. Listen, man. Trump had one fucking thing he had to do, and that was to keep that rabbit-ass motherfucking dog, Netanyahu, on a goddamn leash and try to get something settled with this shit. But the United States is kissing Israel ass so fucking much that they letting this motherfucker do everything he want to do that's going to start a World War III, man. Listen to what I'm telling you, man. People got kids that's serving in the U.S. military, family members and shit, man, about to go over there, and some of them gonna lose their life for a bitch-ass motherfucking dictating-ass leader over there in Israel, man.
And that's prophecy. That is prophecy. If the Most High got you or your kids in the U.S. military, okay, this is the worst time to be in the U.S. military because they ass getting ready to fight Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. Okay, see what's getting ready to happen. Okay, it's far above, okay, the hearts of the common man. Okay, this is getting ready to get nasty in the earth. It says, in that day the slaying of the Lord shall be many. Okay, matter of fact, let's go to Ezekiel 9. Okay, slay utterly old both. Let's just get it. This is Ezekiel 9, and we're gonna get right to the point. All right, verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said, in my hearing, go ye after through the city and smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. Okay, so Yahawah Shem Yahawashi don't give a goddamn about you niggas being in the U.S. military. Okay. Prophecy, this word has been going out for decades upon decades, okay? If you're in the U.S. military, that's where the Most High wants you, okay? You think this devil got a Depop agenda, okay? How much more Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, okay? And we're going to get that in Jeremiah 23, Jeremiah 25, all right? Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin in my sanctuary. Then they began at the age of men, which was before the house. All right, and that's speaking about Israelites, but guess what? The slaying of the Lord is going to be many. Jeremiah 25. And another thing is you got to understand reincarnation, okay? A lot of these motherfuckers that's in the U.S. military, a lot of these children that's over here in Babylon, they have been wicked, okay? And they're coming back for their judgment, all right? See, wicked men don't understand judgment. Jeremiah 25:33, and the slaying of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the earth. That's what's getting ready to come. All right. So Yahawah Shem Yahawashi don't give a damn about nobody being in the military. All right. The slaying of the Lord is getting ready to be from one end of the earth into the other. Okay. Let's go back.
And I see motherfuckers like military, family members and shit, man, about to go over there, and some of them gonna lose their life for a bitch ass motherfucking dictating ass leader over there in Israel, man. And I see motherfuckers like, well, Trump need to go on over there and stop them, and he need to open up that strait, and we need to go to war with them. Yeah, that shit is easier said than fucking done. Because when it pop off and you lose your fucking family members, then you're gonna be singing a different tune about this shit. A lot of you motherfuckers don't know how fucking bad this situation is. All they got to do, man, is keep Benjamin Netanyahu on a fucking leash. And then he does press conferences and smile about the shit. How he's going to bomb Lebanon. Y'all seen what he did in Gaza. So you already know what kind of mission he's on. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all something, boy. Y'all think this shit is gonna be sweet, but it's really not, man. I don't give a damn how many times they come out and tell y'all that they done depleted all them people, air defense and they Navy and all that shit. It's worse than that, man. Because if dumb put ground troops in there will be a lot of U.S. casualties. Listen to what I'm telling you, man. You're gonna see a lot of them planes coming back wrapped up in American flag caskets, man. This shit ain't nothing to play with, because if it was, they would have done this shit 30, 40 years ago. The wrong motherfucker is in charge of this, and Netanyahu need to be locked the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? He's a war fucking criminal. Goddamn, with his hand up our president's ass, working him like a fucking puppet right now. Y'all better get some skin on your head, man, and do some serious praying, man, because when this shit hit the fan, it's going to be bad. We've been talking about this shit for the last 2.5, almost 3 goddamn months. And right now, it look like it's about to lead back into, we're about to see some progress in this bitch. It's about to go down. Listen to what I'm telling you, man. But you will see. Keep on waiting. You're going to have more worse days than better days.
The least of the flock, okay, getting ready to draw them out, all right? The least of the flock getting ready to draw them out, and prophecy is not going to allow BB to stay on the leash, okay? This nigga wild, and that's what we need, okay? The least of the flock going to draw them out, and you got to remember, Revelations 11:4, all right? The second war is past, behold, the third woe cometh quickly, okay? This third world war is coming quickly. Once again, we know that prophecy has to be fulfilled. We understand that the mark of the beast, okay, which is that CHIP, has to be implemented, okay, where he's going to cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or their forehead. We know that got to come. But like I said, that's on the horizon, okay? That's why you see all these data centers being built, okay? That's why you see, you know, this digital infrastructure going up. That's why they doing away with the money, okay? Prophecy is at the door. Prophecy is at the door, all right? And this rabbit-ass nigga is not going to stay on the leash. He's going to continue to do exactly what Yahawashi has told him to do. This is Jeremiah 50:45. Therefore, hear ye the counsel of the Lord, okay? And see, that's the point. Hear the counsel of the Lord that he has taken against Babylon, okay, which is America, and his purpose that he has purpose against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock should draw them out. Speaking about the small hat, big nose, okay, so-called, you know, ooze Jews over there, okay? Surely the least of the flock should draw them out. Surely he shall make their inhabitation desolate with them, okay? This is going to be a vast desert, okay, after World War III, okay? And that's the end game. This war must continue to go up the escalation ladder, okay? And guess what? Once again, okay, as this war is going up the escalation ladder, the closer and closer Yahawashi is getting, okay? Prophecy has to be fulfilled. Let's go to the book of Joel. All right, chapter 3, okay, because Yahawashi is preparing the mighty men. Let's just get straight to the point. Joel 3:9, it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up and see. Guess what? Okay, these heathen ain't playing around with goddamn, BB and goddamn America. Okay, they getting ready to get their ass handed to them. Okay, and they tops tore out. Okay, these goddamn Iranians ain't playing with goddamn BB in America. Okay, BB getting ready to pull America into this last and final war, and they getting ready to get their shit tore out. Point blank, period. All right, it's getting ready to get bad. Okay, and some hot shit coming over here to America too, whether you believe it or not. Okay, when this thing heat up to a thermonuclear exchange, okay, what is that, Jeremiah 50? Okay, 50 and 51. Okay, shoot the arrows, spare no arrows. Okay, America getting ready to get burnt. Okay, verse 10, it says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. Okay, and see, guess what? All these wicked nations are flexing on America. Okay, Babylon the Great. All right, these nations are flexing. All right, let the heathen be awakening and come up to the valley of Yahawashi, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get ye down, for the press is full, for the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Okay, and see, we're at the peak of where Yahawashi is going to allow wickedness to continue to reign in the earth. Multitude in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened. The stars shall withdraw their shining. The Lord, Yahawashi, also shall roar out of Zion and order his voice from Jerusalem. And the heavens and the earth shall be shaken, but the Lord will be the hope of his people, and that's the elect. Okay, we're hoping in Yahawashi, because even though we see these plagues coming, even though we see war on the horizon, okay, it tells you in the book of Matthew, all these are the beginning of sorrows, but we have a hope in our power. Okay, continuing on, in the strength of the children of Israel. Okay, so shall ye know that I am the Lord, your power, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall be no stranger that pass through it. Okay, and that's in the kingdom. Okay, we getting ready to go home. Yahawashi is coming with that fire. All right, as it tells you in, let's go here. Okay, Isaiah 66. And we'll end right here, because as we said, okay, as this war continues to go up the escalation ladder, this is ushering in Yahawashi. All right, getting right to the point. Isaiah 66. In 15, it says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind. Okay, the armies of heaven, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slaying of the Lord shall be many. And that's what we hear. All right, that's what we see. Okay, the slaying of the Lord is going to be many. Okay, so the least of the flock is getting ready to draw these goddamn devils out. Okay, and BB is not going to stay on the leash. Okay, and as we get closer and closer to this last and final war, Yahawashi is coming with that fire. Okay, and he getting ready to plead and judge himself. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah Ba'Hashem, Yahawashi Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the head apostles and elders. Shalom to all the Akim and Awaf. Shalom.